Thank you for checking out this little teaser of the history of the papacy and church. Here's a little taste of what's coming up soon on the History of the Papacy podcast. Now, if you like what you hear, I'd love it if you'd leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or your podcatcher of choice. If you want to support the podcast even more, consider becoming a Patreon on patreon.com/history of the papacy. There are many levels and benefits for you, and you help keep the history of the papacy going. You can learn more about all of this at historyofthepapacypodcast.com. With that, here's another piece of the mosaic of the popes of Rome and Christian church, and I will definitely be talking to you more soon.
But another thing that Brent and the chaplaincy in the United States was very adamant about was that all chaplains, even if you weren't the faith of that soldier, you could still minister to that soldier. So you had some sort of basic training in their beliefs. And actually, it sort of happened really organically a lot of times overseas. Is chaplains themselves would get together, say a Jewish chaplain, a Roman Catholic chaplain, and a Protestant chaplain, or a Latter-day Saints chaplain. There were only 3 of those, though, so they were fewer and far between. But they would often get together and say, okay, well, if someone, let's say a Jewish person is dying on the battlefield, what are the proper prayers that you say to help this person, right? A Roman Catholic priest isn't going to give them last rites. He wants to know the prayer that he's supposed to say to honor, in this faith, this person's death, to prepare them for death. So a lot of chaplains got together and ensured that they knew what the proper rituals or practices were for different faiths. And as the war went on, and as the chaplaincy expanded and grew, more and more chaplains themselves, from these different faiths, came in to meet those needs. You also had a lot of non-governmental organizations, so organizations like the Jewish Welfare Board, the Knights of Columbus, the Salvation Army, the YMCA, who provided their own chaplains.